We came down from Darwin with the dust in our veins. We drove across the Nullarbor, driven by change. There were convoys from Melbourne and busloads from Cairns, where we camped at Wodonga and fueled up at Pheasant's Nest. And there were tears of hope singing through our liberated eyes as we scrawled freedom forever across our government's lives. As we scrawled freedom forever across all our government's lives. And we didn't come to start a war, and we didn't come to hate. Instead we came to remind you that we were still your mates. And we didn't come to start a war, and we didn't come to hate. Instead we came to remind you that it was not too late. But our country had gone crazy, corrupted by fear. And before us the long path was already flooded with tears. Yet in epic we were dancing, for we knew what we'd done. Together we'd made the birth of all our freedoms. And this new cry for liberty were the smiles in our hugs, as the cops haunted our periphery like tyranny's new thugs. But for one night in Canberra we knew we were aglow, and our luminance was shining like a beacon of hope. And we didn't come to start a war, and we didn't come to hate. Instead we came to remind you that we were still your mates. And we didn't come to start a war, and we didn't come to hate. Instead we came to remind you that it was not too late. So never forget how, by just being authentic, we drew a deep line in their cold sand, from a showground called epic. So never forget how, by leading the way, we wrote a fresh song of freedom that you can still sing today. So sing like you've never sung before. Sing now like your soul's found its wings. Sing out like an echo through our time, until our grandchildren are born humming our lines. Until our grandchildren are born in the freedom's warm and glorious light. Until our grandchildren are born in the freedom's warm and glorious light.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Oops, where'd I go? There I am. Good evening, everybody. So Lee is coming back on tonight again from Darwin, but we're going to do something different. Usually we've had him on from when we first met him, and he comes on and does a show, but I suggested to him, do you want to do a show every couple of weeks? So he's going to, I'll get him on in a sec to show what he's going to talk about. But what we're going to do, he's got a few subjects to talk about, and we'll talk through a subject. And then after that subject, there will be questions about that subject and then we'll get to the questions at the end. So keep an eye out for what you want to talk about, and see how you go. It is late, but Robin's show was so great that it was deserving of going late. So I'm going to bring Lee in now, and let's keep going. Good evening, Lee. How you going? Actually,
Hey,
I'll get
good.
those
How are you,
comments out for
Michael?
you. Wait, hold on. And this is what Lee's going to discuss today. Do you want to just quickly race through those?
Okay, my name is Lee. I'm the pharmacist for more than 15 years. And today, my talking points will be starting from my story when I shifted from medications, from only trusting medication to finding the knowledge of root cause of disease. I call it upstream health. And to also discuss about the long COVID and what is actually causing the long COVID and what is actually affecting the chronic fatigue and the effects of long COVID, maybe mainly. And also, food is my passion. Is about food and nutrition. Strategic resilience is how the knowledge on food and nutrition can help to change your quality of life and improve your health. And the sovereignty, this one is just to give an understanding of why arming yourself with the knowledge of nutrition is so important for what is coming, and a little bit picture about that. And the pharmacy and nutrition also is how I balance the pharmacy world and also nutrition, because I know both worlds. I'm also a nutritional therapist as well. So both are important. Even medicines are important. So I will give
Mm.
a context of it as well.
Okay, well, let's start with the turning point. So, how did you go from being someone who was just into medication to actually branching out? How did that happen?
Oh, it all started when I am when I even a pharmacist already. I first thing is I noticed that after being few years as a pharmacist, I noticed that those customers that I know, when they come back for prescription to be filled, they keep getting more and more medications or higher strength added into their prescriptions.
Wow.
So my knowledge is when I first started is you're supposed to make you healthy. If you take this medicine, take that medicine, without thinking of how and why all this, because this is the programming that I was taught by myself or maybe by the society.
Mm-hmm.
And to understand that, realize that every time you see the customer coming back, they just, there are a few answers. I always say, how are you doing? They always say that surviving. That's one way. Some must
Yeah.
say that can't complain. You hear a lot, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or very few, I noticed they say that, great. And these
Wow.
people, when I ask them, they have a different mentality. And I
Yes.
realized that they have a different set of knowledge that cause them to say that. They don't say it just to make you feel good. Some of them, they say,
Yeah.
oh, all right, kind of thing. It's just general conversation. Some of
Yeah.
them, they have a real like joy, what do you call, glow in the face. So they are very different. So it caused me to ask this question is, what am I helping people other than just taking medications on
Yeah.
time, compliance, and probably reduce the progression of disease? We call it disease management, probably manage the disease better. And
Mm-hmm.
most people will have understanding of it. But for me, is the turning point is not because of that. It's just raise up more and more curiosity. And then I think it's 2015 when my father has a heart attack and gone through triple bypass. Then I realized that medications makes him feel weak as well because he quite a lot of medications,
Mm.
and it doesn't give the satisfaction as a pharmacist to know that he only take medication daily, routinely on time, yet he's still weak. That's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you take medicine, everything. Listen, doctor, your blood is good, your cholesterol even is good, but you are weak.
Yeah.
So he was in the military. So he's the Air Force. So he's a
Oh,
military
really?
person. So basically, he usually they have certain level of physics. So because of that, it caused me to go into understanding about functional medicine. That's the first.
Mhm.
First thing I do is I bought a functional medicine textbook from the U.S. Cleveland Clinic. And if you're really interested in it, look up Dr. Mark Hyman. He is co-founder of I think as the Institute of Functional Medicine. And this is the medicine that look at the root cause of disease. So they look at every body is a system that needs to be rebalanced, restored, and becomes to reverse the dysfunctional areas. And I mean, even during that time, the clinic grew tremendous. I think it's 2,000% or whatever. They grew a lot
Wow.
because they literally reversed arthritis, they reversed diabetes in US at that time. And it really interests me to know what are they doing that I'm not doing right.
Yeah.
So I start to study, and then I enroll myself in School of Applied Functional Medicine in the US to learn about applied functional medicine, to apply the functional medicine knowledge basically. Even though I'm not a doctor, but I do have some of the knowledge of that to help me to equip me. I didn't know that when this COVID all this hit, it becomes very practical.
Mm.
And then from there, when I know the knowledge, I starts to, instead of my father taking medications, we starts to have more supplements, and his energy be increased, his pain reduces. He is supposed to on opiates because you know that I think L4 and L5 was almost like brush against each other because
Mhm.
degenerative disc is very common. People with back pain and doing a lot of heavy lifting work during your younger years. He is very strong. He used to always think of, and he has a degenerative of the backbone problems that actually require opiates. But he did not even require opiates. He just needs to have what do you call this, tramadol. That's the strongest he ever get. And then he's alternating with like a Voltaren, which is a diclofenac.
Yes,
And
I
that
know that.
is amazing with someone with bone spur of L4 and alpha. You ask anyone that have this kind of conditions, I've seen in pharmacy all the time, that we give opiates, oxycodone
Yeah.
and all this. And he doesn't need to. He is quite pain tolerant, one thing, but it does helps a lot with his health improvement and all this by dealing with inflammation. The root of a lot of disease are, if you know nowadays, people mention all this health, they mention is more on inflammation. And this by shifting the inflammation to non-inflammatory, anti-inflammatories, you already deal with a lot of inflammation issues that will bring your life on a path of healing, because
Mm.
you cannot truly heal until you start to quench the fire. Like you cannot rebuild a house when the house is on fire. That's what functional medicine
Yeah,
called.
that's right. That's
You know what I
right.
mean? So
Yeah, I
no
get
matter
it.
what supplement you take, if you don't understand about inflammation, let's say, no, not supplement, what herbal stuff you take or this boosting this and that, if you don't deal with the inflammation, the root cause of it, you need to understand, then it can just might work some of it, but this is why we can see that sometimes why people say that the taking supplement doesn't work, because they haven't deal with what is the important part of it, things which is inflammation, dysregulation of your immune system also cause inflammation and all this as well. So from there, I can say that one thing to prove how well this thing we did, the protocol, everything, is during the COVID. I think my father get like 2 or 3 jabs, and he is a
Okay.
heart
So
bypass
he didn't
patient. Yeah,
listen to you?
we have a long chat. The whole world, all my family, we talk about it scientifically, but they don't understand much about science. They will listen to which elder this person say. So I can't argue further. Although he's an
Mhm.
engineer, I don't know why he cannot
Hey,
argue.
Steve.
I think it's not because of that he doesn't want it. Most people tell me that it's not that, it's because of the freedom. In
Mm.
Malaysia, it's very bad. They have this traffic light system, red, orange, green, or something. That if a place marked red, all this you got to expose your quarantine yourself. A lot of trouble, headaches, and you can't
Yeah.
go around. So I think he mentioned before, this is the hardship he doesn't want to go through. That's why he went for it.
Mm.
But I did say, let's make sure your immune, everything is done properly so that you don't get the worst of it. We
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
He did listen in that one, and I found out that after he have I think 2 or 3 jabs, Pfizer one, and he has, you know, when you have blood thinner, I think at least two blood thinners he has. So one day he stubbed his toes, he bleed. Usually when you are blood thinner, when you bleed, the blood sometimes spurt out. It's quite bad, like because
Wow.
you are blood thinner. Yes, it can.
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
explains before. He needs to go to hospital to get the stitches up quick because he is a person adventurous in military. He likes to do gardening, all sort of things. He always exposes himself to injuries.
Yeah,
Climb
yeah.
coconut trees, okay? Imagine that, 70 plus, and that time. And the thing is, when we used to all this protocol, everything, even that when he hurt himself this time, he did not bleed. Actually, it didn't bleed much. I said
Oh, so
it's
the
not
blood
a good thing.
coagulated.
Yes,
Wow.
despite all, I think it's on clopidogrel and aspirin. Yeah, these two blood
Wow.
thinner.
Okay. Wow.
Despite he was on that, it doesn't. I say it's not a good sign. But I say that it's sluggish. So I say that it is because of the supplement. All these you're taking, it's still
Mm.
protecting you somehow. I can't really explain everything because I think he was on 13 supplements.
Wow.
But it does give his life back though. He can climb trees. He can use chainsaw. Before that, he can't use. So you
Well,
can see
he's
that what kind of adventure he still kept with all his
yeah, my
lifestyle, even though
father's
he's
like
very
that. He's
active.
87. You know, he's cutting down trees. I'm going,
He doesn't want to not to do that. He can't live without being active
no, that's it.
activities.
My father's the same. He has to
So
be active. He just can't do it.
so that is a
Really.
compromise he's willing to do. So we can see
Yeah.
that this understanding of when you can shift someone's health into less inflammatories on a healing path, you activate their immunes to do the right thing, then your healing can be more significant. Although the degenerative of the disc is not fully restored and all this, but to a certain
Mm.
degree, it is manageable without
Mm.
opiates. I
Mm.
think the highest is tramadol, and he
Yeah.
only take alternate, not every day, because he doesn't like drowsiness. You see, so it's a kind of give and take. So you can see that this turning point really changed me a lot. And then later on, of course, during this COVID and all this, is help one lady. I think she's Tasmania now. She was on
Yeah. The
wheelchair.
lady.
I think
Yeah.
was having
Yeah.
2 shots. Hey, no, it's a
Yeah.
single shot only, Pfizer as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, you think he got Moderna? I can't remember. Moderna is
I can't
the
remember the
worst. It
shot
has
she
the
took. All I know is it paralyzed her. She
yeah
got
one shot.
last
I
time.
think remember she's a very unfortunate one because she was strong,
Mm.
and I did not have the faith of helping her to walk. She was paralyzed and had a lot of seizures and heart racing, all sorts of things, similar pot, all sorts of symptoms that we don't
Mm.
know where to start. Even if you don't have the knowledge of functional medicine or upstream health thinking, you don't know where to start. So we
Yeah.
start with the most fundamental, the foundations, and we work towards it. And it is within a year she starts to walk again. That wasn't my expectation.
No.
But with a community support, I'm not saying she's by herself. There's a very good community support, help us to get all the natural food, all the whole food, and all this, and supportive communities, and also the supplements and all the food and everything. And it takes time, and it did it in a very short time, within a year. I think it was 6 months, 7 months,
Mm.
and
Yeah,
it wasn't
last
my
time I saw her, she
expectation.
looked a lot better than when I saw her in Darwin. So I met her in
Mm,
Tasmania too. That was,
mm,
it was a couple of years ago. So it'd
mm,
be interesting to see how she's doing now.
mm.
Yeah.
And then since
Okay.
then, yeah,
Shall we move to that? So the next
yeah,
subject,
that's
long COVID and metabolic collapse.
yeah.
And that long COVID,
I
I'm
did.
still seeing people talking about that.
Mm, mm. The long COVID, it's going to be on the long haul. The reason is because of the persistence of the spike proteins. No matter how it originate from, the spike proteins are the one that is persists in the body. The research has shown that it just persists somehow. Whether how you want to think of it, it is there, and it's
Mm.
causing problem. And like I told you, I think was the last interview. I have a friend from the US one. The spike protein in US it can be detected. They have some form of ways to detect it, and
Yes.
it is in the thousands. Usually is less than 0.8, but this is in the thousands, 2,500 if I'm not mistaken.
Ah,
So it is measurable, and in a lot of people they are like kind of dormant. But in general ways of health, you ask them, naturally they will say that it wasn't used like before. That's the most common thing I hear. Whatever ways, to a certain degree, even though you are healthy, you look healthy, you are not like before. And one of the notice also, even me, I noticed because I'm exposed. I've been people places, people all the time, and more easily tired if you're not more nutritionally aware, like you take action about it. For me personally, it happens to me also. And I need to be conscious when I take my normal supplements, the things that I use to improve my nutrition, then this thing less likely to affect me. But even me is affected. I did not get any of the jab. And
You think
this,
that's from shedding?
whatever ways the spike protein somehow ended up in my body affecting me. Simple as that. Whether you call it shedding or what, it is possible. And because previously, I mean, even in the early days, they found the spike protein can be what they call, is detected in sweat. It can come up from
Wow.
sweat, it can come up from your breath. This is what known, observed. I think Peter
Wow.
McCullough has article talks about that in the early days, even.
So you can literally get it now from someone's sweat or someone even breathing on you could get into you, really.
It's everywhere now, I'm pretty sure. That's why you see people that never get any. So
Yeah.
it's more important is to know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And with the long COVID, if I just give fundamental, I won't give all the solution because there's a lot of things to talk about. By the way, all the information, most of them can find in my Patreon later. I'll show.
Yeah, and that's in the show notes.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
long COVID is, you need to understand, is the spike protein is the main or the only culprit that always is causing problems, and it persists, and sometimes it persists in certain parts of the body because it retains in the body that area for longer, and it's not easily get rid of. Contrary to popular opinion that says because it still persists, you can see. And you need to understand that another thing that what happens is this spike protein has caused a tremendous, I call a downgrading of people's immune baseline. You can think of that. So let's say your baseline was that pre-COVID. After COVID, exposed to spike protein, your immune baseline is this low now. How I know? People are getting infections all the time.
Yes, they
Literally.
are.
And this is the reason, because your immune system is skewed. It's a shifting of your immune reprogramming. Okay, I'll make it, but I won't go for the details because I think I explained that in my Patreon as well. The shifting of immune reprogramming is, I mentioned before, one of it is the shifting of your antibodies, the antibodies of the IgG 1 and 3, which is normal, healthy person. You have that immune that is diverse, that deal with all sorts of viruses. But when you shift to the IgG 1 and 3, if you get repeated injections, then you have, this has been shown, by the way, you have the IgG4, because you keep annoying the immune system. I can say it away. You keep annoying the immune system with all the search of these spike proteins. The immune will literally produce more of the immune tolerance, tolerogenic type of antibodies called IgG4. And this IgG4 will create such an immune tolerance. That's why people get fungal infection, bacteria, all sorts of things you can name, or reactivated virus. And from this one thing, I can say the other one is your immune cells are become very focused on dealing with COVID only specific strains of COVID that you're being immune against. Remember?
Yeah.
That strain only, because it produces the antibody, but it doesn't produce for anyone else. So you got how many cold virus? COVID is one of the cold virus.
Yeah.
So once you narrow down your army, let's say you got an army that you got like 10 doors into your castle. You only have all the army, or 90% or 50% of it focused on one door of a castle of your body. So what happened to the rest? You become very narrow. They call your immune cells become very narrowly not diverse anymore. There's a lot of research papers showing not diverse. The T cell receptors, the receptor that detect all the pathogens, are not diverse anymore. The key and the lock are not matching because they are they don't have the diversity to match against other pathogens.
So
So
this
you
is
are
why people
getting
are getting sick from so many other
these
various
two are
things.
the main one. These two are the main one, and it's study a lot of why people are getting sick. First is you are so tolerant to anything, so means that you create so much noise that the immune becomes crying wolf. They don't
Yeah.
they don't deal with it anymore because they are being forced by stress of that
Wow.
spike proteins. Yes, this actually it is the technical term is more detailed, but I'll just explain the way people understand.
Yep.
And then the T cell receptors is your special forces, your main forces that can deal with virus one, has been narrowly focused on one gate, let's say one door, one instead of the 9, 10 of it. So what
Yeah.
happened? The rest are all open wide. So
Wow.
anything can attack you and they won't recognize it because I'm not trained to deal with you.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
happens, which is true. So their immune activation become very narrow and exhausted also. They call immune exhaustion. You look it up. And it will cause the people to those people affected easily getting sick and
Okay.
takes
So
much
here,
longer to recover.
sorry, Lee. Gail has said my sister has had shingles 4 times. That's why the immune system
Yes,
doesn't recognize it.
reactivation of your shingle virus, which is a herpes, that is dormant within your nerve cells, which is very hard to reach
Yeah.
by immune. What more if it is what when we activate it, it comes out. But the thing is, your T cells are not recognizing it. That's why
Yeah.
you need to pump with what acyclovir, what they call the venlacyclovir. We see a lot of prescription of that, and they always have on hand because they're concerned about reactivation and they will take it. And eye
We'll
nerve
come back
damage,
to that.
all this.
Stuart, we'll come back to that question, Robert. Yeah. Sorry, Lee.
Mm.
Go on.
So you can see that this will cause the collapse of people's immunity. And then the second important one I want to mention is the metabolic one. It's also very important because it causes massive obesity because of metabolic shift. Also, your body somehow has been in a way that damaged by the spike protein that it shift your metabolism in a way that it cannot metabolize properly. And partly is the gut health is affected. Yes, you're right. And also the what they call the immune is affected. It affect your metabolic. And then the other one is inflammation. Ongoing fire, your body cannot heal. You cannot lose weight that is on fire all the time. Think of that. That's why when under inflammation, you cannot lose weight naturally
Wow.
if you're in an inflamed state. Yes. So stress, under stress, naturally you
Yeah.
cannot, unless you're taking drugs and all this is by force. But under stress, naturally you cannot just lose weight. So
Okay.
that mentality. So when the thing is when this metabolic collapse, people are getting. That's why you say so many sales of Ozempic, what they call Wegovy, Monjaro, all sorts of it because people are trying to lose weight because of there's certain level of stress in the body that is causing the insulin resistance. So the
Yeah.
insulin cannot do the job to metabolize your sugar properly. You can think that way.
But you were
So that
saying what Ozempic does.
mm,
What were you saying was how it works? Because we've got
oh
a
yeah,
picture here of the
Ozempic.
Ozempic face.
Yeah, Ozempic is the currently the most popular for use for weight loss. It comes with semaglutide, the active ingredients, but currently now private script is sold as Wegovy. Same principle. It is semaglutide, which is the medication. It's called GLP-1 analog. So it actually causes you to feel full. It's why it increases satiety, and then you slow down your gastric emptying. That's why when you inject that, you are not active. You feel like you don't want to work and all this. Yeah, if you didn't do much, even you lose weight because you are not eating. Basically, I see the way that you are injecting yourself to cause your brain to tell you to starve. I don't know. I
Yeah.
got this thought of it.
Yes,
Literally, this is what
and that's
happens.
what and it takes us so this is what they're calling Ozempic face now.
Yeah, and you
See
can
that
see
it
that.
takes
Yeah, even your face have the fat that makes it, the shape and all this. it is all being burned and all this fast. That's why the skin has no time to unstretch it, is to tighten it. That's why when Ozempic, when you lose weight, you lose very fast. One of the thing you need to aware also, I've seen few cases already. Ozempic also, it can cause malnourishment because of you tend not want to eat. So if
Yeah.
you don't want to eat, then when you eat, if you eat things that are not nutritional value, then it just fills your stomach, and then you don't eat anymore because you feel full very easily, and you don't have nutrition. It literally causes malnourished. That's why one of the things face like that also can be
So you could
malnourished.
starve to death on this stuff almost.
Literally, you can if you
Wow.
are not careful. And the other one I see is if you already have like constipation, slow gastric movement by nature, because your
Yeah.
gut is not healthy. If you have the injections, I've seen few cases literally, is you can get what you call your gut can be blocked,
Oh my
and
Lord.
then fester, infected, and all this can be dangerous. It needs surgically need intervention, because like I say, because it slows down your gastric emptying. When it slows down already, if you already have gut issues, even slows down even more because of the bacteria produce all the gases that paralyze in a way that's your muscle to do what you call this peristalsis and all this, to move the waste and all this. If you already have the bacteria, there's what you call overgrowth of bad bacteria, then it can make it worse. And in few cases, I see that you can get intestinal blockage or some part of your gut being blocked literally. It is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
It can be if you're not careful. And I think in America, they're trying to sue the company because of that. Some people didn't go through surgery and all this. They weren't told about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No informed consent.
So yeah. So you can see that the main thing that in this age you need to have the knowledge, understand, is what I do quite a lot is to understand about how you deal with the long COVID issue with the spike proteins. Then when you literally deal with that first, the rest of it, when you eat well and all this, naturally it can heal. You don't need really a lot of supplements for that when you know how to deal with
Yeah.
the root of it. And then the metabolic one is people are be more resistant insulin. When you deal with spike protein, that part also can be healed, becomes better as well. So you can see that they are related, but these two I see is a big issues in the society now. Yeah.
Can you come back from Ozempic if you stop taking it? Will your body return to normal?
Depends on how much you lose weight already. If you lose too fast, your body, if it been the skin fold is too much, it won't get back to original shape very quick. It takes time. And sometimes if it's a skin fold is too big, I think you might not able to get fully into it. I can't remember. I'm not the skin specialist, but
Yeah.
in terms of that look wise, but in terms of metabolic wise, it goes back, no problem, because your GLP, all this. Oh, by the way, why this thing is so powerful, potent? Because this analog of GLP hormone, they are very long acting. It does. Imagine when you eat food, you feel full already after that, right? Within
Yes.
whatever, 45 minutes. So, and the signal, it will go off after a few hours because finish digestion. But that injections, the GLP signal, it keeps going for 1 week.
Oh my
Injection
Lord.
once a week, right? So you can see why.
So you don't eat, literally, you're just not hungry for. My God.
Most of the time, you
Okay,
don't
I'm
feel that
just
much
gonna hear.
hungry
We
at
just
all.
have some questions to get through. Anna
Yeah.
Wilson, what is the supplement that Lee was talking about? This is about your father. I have degenerative arthritis. Tramadol does help at times.
Yeah. Degenerative arthritis, I think first thing, you don't need supplements. First thing is you need to know the fundamentals of healing. I just tell you straight away because it's been widely mentioned, this thing. I just give you some understanding of it. Is you want to avoid all gluten completely to make it worse, because gluten has shown to cause complementary immune activation in the joints of people with arthritis. That is the simplest thing you can deal with, and you see how well you improve. Yeah. And most depends on what is causing it. Many cases I see the people I help also, it also can link to leaky gut, which is your gut intestinal permeability that cause the whatever that is particularly gluten, in fact, mostly are gluten that leaks into your bloodstream. It's not supposed to be there. Gluten is not digestible by our body. We are not designed to digest gluten. In fact, that's why in normal circumstance, if you not no leaky gut, it just pass through. It won't absorb in the bloodstream, or little bit it is gone through because it causes leaky gut gluten. By the way, but it's a short term. If you don't have other comorbidities, it can be like 20 minutes to 4 hours difference. If you're not healthy, your gut is not healthy, your leaky gut can opens up for 4 hours, means that it can leak a lot of things through. And degenerative arthritis or any kind of degenerative disease, I might not say it's a contributor of it, depends on, but not I might not say it's a causing of it, but it's definitely a contributor. And it's not clear. Okay, I can tell you something very simple is I use for my dog as well. My dog has arthritis. My Doberman, before he passed age of 13, he can't walk every day. So I give the dog fish oil, high dose fish oil, triple strength fish oil. 1 capsule gets him up to walk. Without that, he can't even walk.
Wow.
Is that bad, his arthritis? And you can start with high strength fish oil. Presumably, you are not taking blood thinners because anti-inflammatories, omega-3 anti-inflammatories. So high dose. What I'm talking about for you to be effective for arthritis relief is high dose. So you must not have blood thinners unless it's being monitored or observed, because it can make your platelet not less sticky and all this, which can add to the effect of your blood thinner if you're having it. So just be aware. But if I'm doing the triple strength one, you do 1-3 times a day, should able to help a lot of inflammation issues. This is one of my foundational I always use for the people I help. And there's a turmeric as well. There's a turmeric, curcumin, Meriva, the Meriva brand, because they are the phytosome type, which is a plant-based fat molecules that wrap around this curcumin, so can increase penetration to your joints and all areas to reduce inflammation. So the formula does matter. So what I see quite a lot of success is with the Meriva brand, which is the one you can find in Chemist Warehouse, and you can do that one on top of the fish oil.
Okay. Yeah. Another question. It's not a question, it's a statement, but have you seen a rise in people with eye nerve damage? Robert's has been speaking to an optometrist today, and vaccinated people are apparently getting eye damage, and it's irreversible. Have you come across that?
Yeah, I see people talk about, like I mentioned, I think one case is someone told me that, like, the optometrist literally now can tell you when you go to check your eyes. Some of them, I don't know what one of it. That's what I heard the story is. They can tell you whether you're jab or not by looking at your bloodshot in your eyes. It's a tiny one, micro one. Sometimes you can see people literally have bloodshot eye, but some of them micro damage to the blood vessel, nerve, all this. And I'm not surprised because these are what it can cause. And keep an eye also, nerve damage can cause by the herpes as well, the what do you call this herpes virus as well, the one that causes shingles. I told you before, I don't know whether I mentioned before, one of the aunties that from Timorese that helps in our pharmacy, you know, there's a food takeaway. She didn't get the jab, and she had shingle in the eye. She never gets sick. Almost never, hardly, for so many years I was working. And she literally gets shingles in the eyes. I see all the blisters coming out. At first I thought it was just some kind of infection, because I never thought of shingles in the eyes. I haven't seen for a very long time. And even you can get shingles in the eyes. But she deal with a lot of people everywhere, every day. And eye is the closest part for viral entry. That's why you can get conjunctivitis, viral conjunctivitis, and see tons of it, this one, or the bacterial conjunctivitis now. Yeah.
Wow.
And there are a lot of people go to optometrists to get eye drops for eye inflammations. Yeah. A lot of it. We saw a lot of these Mesidex. It's a dexamethasone eye drops. By what medication you give out, you know what happened to them. Never seen
Yeah.
so many before. Like we use tons of it, and I think it's now is off PBS also. I think maybe the demand is too high. Probably don't want to subsidize anymore. It's no longer
Wow.
subsidized.
So
That
so they got to
medication
pay. They got to pay fully for it now.
full
Is it
price, expensive. Yeah, it's more than general price.
Wow.
So you can
Wow.
sometimes work it out, because I work in pharmacy. I dispense a lot of medications even to the communities. You can see in terms of what is generally happening in your surrounding, and the patterns of disease and all this happening, and you can roughly work it out by what medications you give up as well. You give up more of what they call colchicine also, cold gout. Uh, One of our customer that I know quite well, now the son recently also diagnosed with myocarditis. Not
Uh,
surprised, but he was given colchicine. I said, okay, what happened? But I mean, I don't always talk more about this stuff, but it shows up. Young people are taking more of these myocarditis medications. It's called colchicine, which is for the gout actually, but it also helps with immune of your infiltration of your immune cells to your heart muscles. That's causing inflammation and chest pain, myocarditis. Yeah,
God, so you're taking a gout medication for myocarditis. My lord.
it
Okay,
works.
food.
It works. It helps to reduce the inflammation and the immune response.
Yeah. Okay, food as as strategic resilience.
I think I
How
discussed a lot of it
micronutrients, gut
already.
restoration, real food form the
Yeah.
core of health recovery. So this is about your upstream thing. So your diet is a big
Exactly.
part of this.
Yes, yes. So understanding of your nutrients, macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients, most people know your carbohydrates, your fats, your proteins. The micronutrients are the one you need to be educated about, and not do in excessive also, because some of them can cause toxicity also. That's why, but this happens only when you take supplements. So you need to have
Yeah.
understanding of it. But from food, you pretty much you are safe from food. So micronutrients are like vitamins, your minerals, your trace minerals like your manganese, the boron, all this for bones, this and that, different things. But understanding of that, how to build your resilient health through real food, and this is something that I really love, so that you can simplify your day-to-day life with, I like to call this as nutrient dense diet. So it's nutrient dense. They are food that is particularly nutrient dense.
Yeah.
Example is things that are dark in color. Dark in color, they are general nutrient dense. Take example, kale is superfood.
Kale,
My favorite is blueberries. Yeah, but kale, you gotta be careful
blueberries.
with kale. With if it is not organic, then you gotta know how to clean the pesticide. All this. But we're talking about things that are dark in color, green leafy, dark leafy, as compared to iceberg lettuce. Iceberg lettuce literally doesn't have much of the nutrients. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
especially in a time of very tight squeeze, I want in my Kindle, in the Patreon, I always put through, I think it was a Friday one about food budgeting and all this about nutrient dense food that is idea, to give people idea and knowledge to know what kind of food that is not too expensive, that is not necessarily popular, but you have an idea of this is given a lot of nutrients, and it can build you up. Example is I shared recently is beetroot. Beetroots are very dark in color. It's a
Yeah.
general term. You can see something that's dark in color in nature is telling you something. It's for you to pay attention that this thing is very healthy. That's why many things are dark in colors are called superfoods. So
Wow. So
roots,
dark
yeah,
colors, so beetroot, blueberries. That's really interesting.
especially
Yeah,
things
okay.
are purple. I'm very passionate in things are blue, black, purple, and dark
Wow.
red, because I maybe go here. I talk more about this one. That is my passion. It's because they
Yeah.
are high in antioxidants. They are highly potent. I give an example. Years ago in Queensland, they did studies on this. Is what become I become passionate. They did studies on mice that they feed the mice with McDonald's as compared to another one with plum, a hybrid of plum called Queen Garnet. And the study done is they feed the mouse with these two, and then the mouse that being fed with McDonald's, of course, they go obese. But they want to prove the concept, so they give the mouse the same McDonald's, but they added the Queen Garnet's juice into the mice diet. The mouse lose weight despite of that diet.
Wow.
It tells a lot by doing. That's why it gives me a hope that says that we can have some kind of northern diet, all this, but if we
Yeah.
know how to concentrate our, I call nutrient dense diet, concentrate our nutrient source from few foods, and easiest way is to choose certain supplement regime, then you have more freedom to experience other food varieties that might not necessarily that healthy.
Yeah.
So this is the idea I want to bring across, is you need to understand that the food is very powerful, especially things they call superfoods. Example is the one that has blue, black, purple, are called anthocyanins, are very potent antioxidants that is highly beneficial to your brains, your blood vessels, your heart, your nerves, a lot of things. And
Wow.
and I like something that is simple, like one thing deals with many things. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
my
yeah.
concept, is I
With
like to get
there's a
more.
thing now called purple Brussels sprouts. Have you heard of them?
I just got it the other day because it's on it is
They're
on half price.
delicious.
Yeah, and it's purple. See, and it's dark
Purple.
green and purple. So I
Yeah, I
get
know.
both of the world, and it is a superfood as well. So you
Oh,
can
so they're a
understand. So
superfood.
it's a knowledge that you learn that once you get that stuff, I want to add something. Why they found out why the mouse actually lose weight is because that concentration of the juice of the queen's garnet, they are so, if you understand Queensland people, they understand this very dark, almost blackish purple, that
Yeah.
concentrate color. And they found out that these mice gut bacteria shifted. They shift to the one that is lean promoting gut bacteria family. That's called more like a bacteroides type ratio. It's all ratio. It's not fully all of it. The ratio of the one that's lean promoting over the fat promoting bacteria, they are actually such things. They are certain family groups of bacteria that promotes fat buildup, which is you have more of this, is you are one that tend likely to gain weight very fast, even though you eat a little bit of it sometimes. That's what people tell me, that why I
Yeah,
gain weight so
that's
fast,
great.
because
There's
I didn't eat a lot.
Ann Wilson again is saying purple cauliflower too. So that's really interesting, you know.
Yes. See, now you
Yeah,
know how you put your money as a wise choice to get the nutrient dense food that is good for bang for the buck, you call, you know. So
yeah,
you
yeah,
get you get the real food that can really helps. First thing is to build your gut bacteria family. So these superfood bacteria foods, they build a very resilient gut bacteria that able to withstand a lot of challenges, even infections and all this. But more important for today's for the sake of this discussion, is the mice that has been fed this purple juice. They literally have more of this lean promoting gut bacteria. That's why they lost weight despite, because it overwhelms it. And these lean gut promoting bacteria, apparently they can produce elements, molecules that suppress the fat promoting gut bacteria as well. It's very interesting
wow,
ecosystem you create. So
yeah,
ecosystem is
yeah,
important. When you talk about gut restoration, you got to understand about ecosystem of your gut bacteria. And
yeah,
this will change how you feel, even how you think, how you feel. Just inflammation starts in your gut first.
yeah.
And you can
Oh,
see why
it's
so
amazing.
important to have a real food, good food, nutrient dense. Yeah.
Is there anything else about food you'd like to talk about before we move on to the next subject?
Uh, I think we can move to the next subject
Okay,
probably. Yeah.
sovereignty through nutrition.
So we
How
are
to
talking.
reclaim your biological terrain i-
This
in a
this is
post-collapse survival skill. Is a
yeah,
post-collapse survival
yeah.
skill.
This is more on you want to understand that I can say that in this age now, survival alone might not be enough now,
Wow.
because you already, because of the thing I just described of the long COVID and metabolic collapse, and these two alone, it's already put you at highly disadvantage in a biological world, say the way.
Wow.
You need to
What a
capture
statement.
that so that when you put your effect, that's why the sovereignty through nutrition is the understanding of how to get your whole immune system, of course start with gut first, but your immune system and the big picture to be in tune again, to restore again in a way that they can deal with viruses and all this what they're supposed to do. And by first is to healing your gut, because your gut, by the way, the spike protein can persist in your gut as well, and it can recirculate it back and all this. That's why your gut must deal with the leaky gut issues and all this if you have any. And from there, you want to create a biological ecosystem in your body that's highly resilient to any form of assault. You can name biological, which is virus and all this, even technological. You're concerned about 5G and all this. It's not just, you can't really avoid 5G all that unless you go live off grid. You
Yeah,
gotta be
that's right.
honest, right? We exposed to it. So sometimes
Yeah.
I have a mindset like this. If I can't remove it, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna adapt above it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you adapt, but you're above it still. Not just adapt that survive, but so I put above. So adapt
Yeah.
above it. So it means that you can have such understanding of what nutrition you need to improve tremendously if you're exposed to 5G, let's say. There are the different things, like you're exposed to microwave, you deplete yourself with magnesium, your minerals quite a lot because they deal with the stress. But if you
Yeah.
can replenish it fast enough, then it can stay on it. And then you become less sensitive to that kind of injuries. Those people can get headaches and all these injuries and all this because of this constant 5Gs and all this, whatever cause of the waveform length, it can affect your biological cells through frequencies. I understand about that. And your body defense is by dealing with the free radicals by using what? Antioxidants. So in general, your stores of antioxidant capacity must be higher than what you used to be.
Mm.
So these are all the strategy to build sovereignty through nutrition, is to understand of what is already here and what is about to come that is going to cause you to find even more difficult to survive. So the
Yeah.
mentality of surviving, it's not in my mindset now, because I cannot just depend on survival, because survival is quite close to falling off the edge. Think that way.
Yeah.
When falling off edge of your health, your finance, or whatever, it's the concept we need to understand. So I
Yeah.
want to have more buffer. So I will say that I want to have what do you call higher adaptability, higher resilience, tolerance, so that
Wow.
if it
So you're
happens,
adapting to your
you
own
can
world.
bounce back. Yes, and this requires understanding of how it affects a biological terrain. So this is another topic that can go quite a lot as deep as well.
Mm.
And I just give understanding because it's quite technical when
Yeah.
you go deeper into it, but it's just give people understanding, oh yeah, you have all these things already here, the nanobots, all of things. Okay, what can you do about it? If you don't have the solution yet, my suggestion is, okay, don't fear, but find out what can you do to stay and even above in your body, dealing with your immunity first. Your
Mm.
immunity is the most, I would say, it's same as inflammation as importance. I would say immunity sometimes can be more important than inflammation, because
Yeah.
immunity, it, it helps you. The fire can help you, or the fire can burn you.
Yeah.
So the fire
Wow.
can protect yourself from wild animals, right? Fire.
Yeah.
But the fire, if it's out of control, it goes too
Burn
close
down
to
your house.
you, it burns you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
when you understand that, so you don't overboost your immunity, you don't let it become too tolerant also. So we call this immune shifting. So these are knowledge that if you master it, you literally become I don't want to say invincible, but resilient.
Yeah.
I can give example is from the day even before the COVID. I can't remember the last time I got sick with virus.
Wow.
Probably 8 years ago, something like this. I think one time.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
you can see that I I didn't even wear mask. Now my manager always wear mask. I don't know why. Is it programming issues or
Really?
what? Yeah, the pharmacist manager, and you can see because also she got a lot of coughing issue as well on and off. But now it's
Yeah.
become slightly better. But you can see that I expose all of them all the time, and then sometimes say, this customer just say he got COVID, or this person come in to get the medication called what they call the antiviral medications. Oh, just found out that he got COVID. They got spray the whole pharmacy, everything. Make a hoo-ha, everything. Man, for them is you need it because if we reduce that threat. But the thing is, your immune, if it has a standard of the resilient, these are actually lower.
Okay, we're meeting tomorrow.
So it becomes not a threat to you. And of course, I do take precaution. Also, one thing is, one you understand about this taking sovereignty through nutrition is you need to know how to read your body as well. I don't wait until my throat a little bit weird. Sometimes a little bit lazy. I'm not careful. My throat a little bit weird. I take more aggressive action. But
Yeah.
sometimes I feel a little bit off. Even you can take action already. That's why this is beyond survival. So I don't like to use the word survival, although I write survival. But I think
Well, I'm
more
telling you what, if all our immune systems are kaput, it only takes one major virus to come round, and lots of people get
exactly,
really sick.
and it don't need to be deadly. Like I said,
Yeah.
I mean, like you see people sick all the time. Are they deadly one? They claim it is, but
No.
they are sick. But the
Yeah.
thing is, how long you want to let your immune to be exhausted?
Yeah.
You can be so exhausted that you can't even mount an immune response anymore. It
Yeah.
is that bad in some people. That's why
That's
they are sick
extraordinary.
all the time. They cannot recover. They call post-exertion malaise, or some of the more severe COVID, they have very bad fatigue. These are the one that is all rock bottom, the adrenals and all this rock bottom and everything. That one, it's a long way to a certain degree to get the body back. But you don't want to
Wow.
let it to that stage because it can be deadly, because any bacterial infection can kill you, even.
Yeah.
Don't need viral even.
No. I just got a
Yeah,
few
so
questions.
just be aware.
Laura Garraway, do you find people that have had sepsis once healed end up having further health issues?
Depend on what health issue you're talking about. My observation more is they get sepsis over and over. Yes,
Oh, they
doesn't
do.
heal. Yes, no matter what antibiotic you throw at them, they keep seeing coming back. Oh, you again, you again.
Wow.
It's bad. Yes, and sometimes it's sad also because they don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, this one's for me, Brian Pritchard. Hi, Brian. How you going? Can we meet up tomorrow afternoon? We're probably only going to be in Coffs Harbour in the morning, Brian. We're meeting up with some people at the Tin Donkey Cafe about 10 a.m. So let me know if you can make that. That's the Donkey, Tin Donkey in Coffs Harbour at 10 a.m. Brian, I'll put it up. I'll get Kelly just to put it in the comments. Okay, so hopefully if you're there, I can see you, Brian. But we have to get to Sydney, so we'll probably stopping at Port and then heading to Sydney after that. Okay, let's move on. Pharmacy and nutrition. What happens when both worlds meet without bias or dogma? That I love because
Mm.
at the moment it's like it's either one or the other. You can only be
Yes. Yes.
take
Yes.
medication or you do the health thing. And then
Yes.
so when I went to hospital, people are like, oh, you can't go to hospital. You're this side. But I'm thinking, yeah, but this side. So I'm with you. I think both working together is great. And that's what you're attempting to do, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Because one thing you need to know that medicines are very potent stuff in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it will do what it's supposed to do. The only thing is people concerned is the load they put on the body, the side effects, all this, which is true, because everything has not everything, but many things have side effects, especially things are potent ones. So when you have medicine, you need to understand disease does happen overnight. You need to have the concept understand. So it takes about 5 years, a decade or so to develop a chronic disease. And when this happens,
Really? About
yeah,
5 years?
yeah, but it can. Some people start. I mean, like they have some kind of like what they call endothelial dysfunction. They got technology like in Israel and all this to detect all this kind of prediction. They can even predict like heart attacks and all this through knowing your health of blood vessels. The technology is very advanced in Israel. And there are some of them, they say you are as young as in your teenagers and all this, you can have damages to your blood vessels already. This is just before COVID. It's a well-known thing. If you are not maintaining a body, imagine that your body is trying to withhold all the damage over the decades of years, and then it just breaks because there's certain dysfunctions, certain imbalance. There's too much of it. It becomes clinically significant. That's why you feel the symptoms and all this, and then you start to have issues, but it doesn't happen overnight. So you need to understand that when this happens, medicine comes in to example is high blood pressure. High blood pressure, it can burst your blood vessels, it can burst your blood vessel in your brain.
Yeah,
and
we
it
have a
cause
question on high blood pressure here. That's from Robert. Is it possible to get blood pressure tablets? He's tried cayenne pepper, but it's not having any effect.
I mean, blood pressure tablets, if you have high blood pressure issues, then you want to have blood pressure tablets because it takes time for your body to adjust. And if you have a lesser pressure in your blood vessels, then you are less likely to have bursts of your blood vessels. This is just a concept, you understand? And
But
unless
you have to be on
you
blood
can say that
pressure
you're not taking,
medication the rest of your life. That's what they tell us.
if
But
you
can
do
you
nothing
actually
about
wean
it,
yourself off?
if you do nothing about it, maintain your lifestyle that causing damage to your blood vessels, then you will take blood pressure tablets more and more, like I say in the beginning. That is one way. So you keep imagining a pipe that is becoming stiff, right? You keep forcing it to widen it by force. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long does the stiff pipe starts to crack?
Yeah, that's right.
So the concept we need to understand that because the inflammation not being dealt with, it just affects the receptors, the ACE2 receptors, all these receptors to cause vasodilation and reduce your blood pressure, right? So it does the job. And the thing is, if the inflammation root cause of it hasn't been dealt with, especially stress, then it just becomes more and more stiff. And then pressure builds up more and more.
Yeah.
And then you can choose the route of most of patients is to take medications. Yeah, it keeps you alive for a period of time. That's correct. And then the more you load the medication in the body, they call the pill burden, the one in the pharmacy. It makes you tired, low in energy, because your body needs to work extra hard to clear the metabolites of the medications. Some of them can be even toxic, so it depends on the dose. And that's why we talk about how often you can take a medication and all this, because how fast a medication is get rid of the body, right? If not, you can get overdose. So these are the, you need to understand that once you take medications, for me is to temporarily hold in place so that your blood vessel doesn't burst, because you are neglecting it for more than 10 years. People can say that you are taking blood pressure tablets, or you don't believe in taking blood pressure tablets, but you still want to live a life. Then you will suffer, because the blood pressure keeps going up to 200 plus, 180 plus. Then you will come to the point it can burst, can be medical emergencies. And you get headache. You will know sometimes pounding, the kind of throbbing effect, even the high blood pressure is too high. And that's why medications that time, it will save life, of course. And but the thing is, the choice again, after you take a medication, what are you going to do about your lifestyle? That's the questions. So some people they want to do one, okay, they took medication, that's fine. Some people, they're woken up to the effect, they understand about it, they want to change their complete lifestyle. They work with functional medicine practitioners or those integration practitioners, integrative medicine practitioners, that they know
Yeah,
how to
yeah, yeah.
use nutrition to heal. That
Yep.
knowledge, then your blood pressure keeps cutting off the blood pressure tablets because it does not require need to. And that is the evidence of healing, because that nutrition is to help to heal once it's done. But not everything will be fully reversible, of course. Depends on the
Yeah.
damage, what kind of damage has been done on the blood vessels, hearts, or whatever. And this understanding will help you to not to shun medications, because in fact with medications your healing can be better, faster,
Yeah.
because you don't put so much pressure on the body to deal with so many things straight away. Supplements like 13 or more, you can do that strategy, but some people feel pill burden is too much, they don't want to do that. So you can take your normal medications, but let reduce step by step. This is more a wiser way. Usually functional medicine, they do that way because they understand risk of sudden medical events. All this happens because you just shift your body. And some medication you can't stop suddenly. You need to be aware of that also. So
Yes,
these
that's
are the
right.
medication that can cause rebound problems, or side effect problems can be so debilitating. So
Mm.
you need to understand that, so that you have a clear understanding to do work with your practitioner, your health practitioner that understands that. And from there you usually can work on it, like too low blood pressure, let's say. Then there's a time that you can call a doctor. I mean, you can even actually do it yourself. It's like once you notice blood pressure is too low, then call a doctor, ask the doctor, which one can I reduce the dose. Make sure your
Mm.
doctor wants to work with you, help to improve your health, of course. If not, then choose a doctor that do. And then
Yes.
you work it, reduce it safely, then that's evidence our health has improved.
Yeah.
And then you
Which is
work on other
which is
things like
what
blood
you're
sugar
about.
is the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then diabetes, even type 2, if you want to look it up, clinical evidence, Verta, they have clinical evidence of reversing diabetes on many patients of theirs, because these are the experts. So
Yeah.
it proves that even with clinical, what they call backup with nutrition, you can even reverse diabetes. Diabetes type 2 is literally you allow your pancreas to rest enough to work properly again, and your insulin resistance becomes lesser and lesser until it becomes
Wow. So
like
you just
normal.
reboot. You're like restarting your pancreas. You're giving it a break.
Mm, mm. As long
Wow.
as there's no autoimmune elements in it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, to a certain degree, I seen few the spike protein can cause autoimmune, becomes more a type 1 type of diabetes that destroy your beta cells. Even that one, there are some things can help, like black cumin seed oil is shown to help to regenerate beta cells. That's something in the early days I discovered as well when I learned about black cumin seed oil. So
Wow.
there are things that you can do still, but to a
Yeah.
certain degree, all this, there are certain degree, you can't say everything can fully reversible, because it's not the reality, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's a beautiful thing for you to say. So you're saying you can manage, you can improve, you can't always completely fix everything. But what
you
you're
need to
saying
understand
through
that part.
all of this is you can have this great information coming from you. All this stuff's out there, but right now, if we want to move forward and really take control of our health, you need to have responsibility for your own health.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
A little bit of exercise. You decide what goes into your body.
Mm,
You're the driver of the
mm,
car. You know
mm,
what I mean?
mm.
Yeah.
Take
I
more
think that's a big
initiative.
thing going
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah. Take more initiative to be very conscious of what you put in your mouth. I mean, like, especially if you're not well, okay?
Yeah.
So that you build to a certain resilience. Because you see, once you restore your body health to a certain level, you can actually, I could say, like, play around, not too
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
So choice is yours. Is what do you want to do? You want to do build resilient, or you just want to go by the age every time? So it's all, at the end of the day, is what routes that you want to use
Mm.
to to take control of your health, or just
Mm.
to go by, just enough.
Mm.
There will be different kind of outcomes. Yeah. And
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
just going to go through. Let's see if there's any more questions come through. Uh, Herbals for high blood pressure. See a practitioner. Lone lock.
They do
Uh,
interact. They do interact though. Be careful. I treat herbal stuff as drugs. That's how I see it, because they're potent, and they have many effects, many of them,
yeah,
and they can quite a lot of interactions are from herbal stuff to medications. Means that they
yeah.
have additive effects, or they can impede the clearing of drugs. Sometimes more commonly called inhibits CYP enzymes that clear the drugs. So if the herbal stuff that stop the enzyme from clearing the drugs, you tend to have more of the concentration of drugs, then it can become toxicity.
Okay.
So these are the
Another
stuff that you need
question
aware.
here.
This one.
Sandy Moore. Solution for tinnitus. A friend asked her today.
Tinnitus, I haven't looked much into tinnitus. It's it's definitely apart from the persistent or spike protein in your olfactory nerves area.
Oh, yeah. A lot of
It's
people
also
suffer
from
from
your
that. It's been
smell
really
and from
bad
your
from
ear. They are
COVID.
connected. Yeah, and I can't remember. It's just something escaped my mind. I do have something in my mind, but at the moment I just can't think of it. When I think of it, I'll let you know. But definitely is something that, if I'm not mistaken, turmeric can help as well. But
I just want to
it's
bring this up. Sean, a stand in the park is like an echo of going to church in the old days. Sean, not only is that beautiful, but I was with Brady Gunn today. Brady Gunn set up stand in the park, and I told him that. I said to him today, Sean, that going to stand in the park was like going to a new church. It's what it's like. The stand in the park is a thing that happened. I don't know if it happened in Darwin, but it happened everywhere else. Yeah, that's right, Brad. Stop eating sugar, carbs, and processed crap.
oh,
Yeah.
see,
Hey,
so
Brad. Hope you're doing well, man. There's so just going through here, tinnitus is really bad. A lot of people are talking about the carnivore diet.
mm,
Have you any thoughts on that from nutritional point of view?
uh, not everyone have the gut bacteria to handle carnivore diet.
Mm.
Uh, so it's all down to your epigenetics and your build up. But some people can train it. But you need to be very aware of your fibers, because without fibers, you cannot feed your bacteroides type of bacteria. And
Okay.
lose weight is one thing. I always look deep into issues.
Yeah.
Our body are not designed to deal with carnivore diet unless you have genetic makeup like people in Alaska and all this. There are very few region of people they have a gut bacteria that can deal with this kind of diet.
Yeah.
And if you are not, then you will be deficient of this beneficial bacteria that is anti-inflammatories and not disease prone causing group of bacteria they call bacteroidal species that is more over the firmicutes, which is the one that is causing if you have fat and carbs, you have more of the firmicutes bacteria ratio. So it's always in the ratio. It won't have only one species, but they are all have roles to play. But you can see that I do know that carnivore diets, even Jordan Peterson's daughter is on a carnivore. I think him is on carnivore diet, her on
Yeah. He
carnivore
lost tons of
diet
weight. He lost
because
tons of
of
weight too.
autoimmune disease. Yeah,
Yeah.
because of autoimmune disease. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
a
correct.
way that need to deal with their autoimmunity, which
Yeah.
that is one of the ways. But I still believe that because you lack of that fiber, first thing is your gut bacteria will be a very different kind of environment. And regards to any kind of other disease prone later on, okay, one of it I can example is if you're a lot of carnivore diet, you have a lot of TMAO. It's a what do you call it? It's some kind of amino acids or some kind of molecules that are produced by bacteria. Yes, byproduct of bacteria that is known to cause risk in atherosclerosis because is it atherosclerosis or or cancer? I can't remember. But it is something to cause disease has shown to cause that, and you need to have a balance of your gut bacteria that is more on the Bacteroides family or certain groups of bacteria that is a healthier version of gut that will
Mm,
quench the TMAO. If you Google up TMAO, it's well known if you have a lot of carnivore stuff,
mm,
meat stuff, you have the byproduct from the bacteria that produce that.
mm.
And that is something more on the longer term issues, which you might not see it. I don't know, depends on how well you maintain the nutrition, because carnivore diet cannot get the full nutrition. You
Mm.
still you still
Yeah,
miss a lot of the vitamins.
I ate a lot of meat, but I ate mushrooms though, eggs.
I would say
Um,
more on paleo if you want.
Paleo is what you'd recommend, the paleo diet. Yeah.
Mm. Paleo,
All right.
because it's a lot of meat as well.
I'm just going
So
through here, just making sure. So the paleo diet, why the paleo diet, Lee?
I mean, if you because paleo they have quite some of the fibers in there. You need
Yeah.
certain level of fibers for to feed the bacteria. If not, they will not have the population at all of tiny. Yeah, and
Okay.
also stomach acid issues as well. That's true also. Some people have. I cannot handle a lot of big load. I cannot have big steak. I can have indigestions because my body is not designed to, not trained even to digest big amount of proteins.
Yeah. Oh,
So it
that's really
depends
interesting.
individual. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
really interesting. But then, I wonder if throughout Asia they eat beef much in the past. You
No,
know,
I think Asia
more
more
pork,
pork.
more pork. Yeah.
Mm,
Whereas, see, I don't actually like pork,
mm,
but I love steak. But then I grew up with it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But that's the only thing.
Mm,
Okay. Is there anything else? There's no more questions at the moment. That's a great show. Everybody, we want to bring Lee back once a fortnight. He'll do presentations like this and try answer your questions as well as he can. Chef Peter does paleo. He's very fit and healthy. I want to thank you for coming on, Lee. I know you work hard all day, and we're richer for hearing this information. It's like a
yeah.
part of a journey now of going, okay, well, it's time to understand how our body works as well as we're trying to understand how our
Mm,
country works. And
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. This is a part of the exodus, really. It's a part of the learning. The she'll be right is over. She'll be right era is over, and now we have to start taking control of our lives, start taking some responsibility. There's,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, I just see anything. No, there's anything. No, nothing there. All right, my lovely friend. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Let us know of anything's before that, and we'll go from there. I'm also going to share this video with Dr. Professor Brighthope because he's an interactive, or what you said about it was it's not interactive. Um, what was the word you used?
Integrative. Integrative.
Integrative doctor, yeah. So
Yeah.
he is,
Yeah.
and he's very famous for it. I think he's gonna really we're very, very good friends, and
Uh,
uh, and I'll
that's
send him
good.
this. I think he'd be really interested. I think he's gonna really love your passion. The question I had is if you decided to become a doctor, would you have to
Mm.
do the whole 6 years, or because you've become a pharmacist, could you do a
I
shorter
think they have some shorter one because actually, in fact, there are quite a number of pharmacists become a doctor.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you would be absolutely booked out for years if you were a doctor.
For me, is doctor is one thing because I'm passionate create systems. System is actually more advanced than just doctor individual.
Yeah, okay.
System is you simplify things, you have protocols and all this that you can implement when you know certain things like Q and all this. So
Yeah,
people can become very easy, like a toolkit thing. I like to create
yeah,
this kind of stuff so that
yeah, right.
you can go through this is supplement for this, for this, for this, for this, and then you mix and match and all this. I mean, you can even customize your supplements in the future. It's a
E
big thing once
But even the
understands
fact that you're
about it.
talking to us like this, Lee, sorry to interrupt you. But
Mm,
yeah, and everyone's saying here, great podcast. They're loving the talk. They're waiting for you to come back. Even, um, even the fact that you're talking to us lives up to your name of the people's pharmacist. It's really lovely to hear from a pharmacist about these things because usually we don't unless you go in there and they're
mm,
just telling you about what your prescription's about. And what I
yeah,
love is that you started this journey simply because the people you were caring for weren't getting better, just
yeah,
like you said. And that's when I meet vaccine injured people. They don't say they're better. What they say is, yeah, I'm doing okay. Or, could be worse.
yeah,
And, but they're not actually improving. They sort of got to here and they're not back to where they were. So, yeah,
yeah.
amazing time.
Yeah, by the
Yeah.
way, just let others know, I'm reorganizing my, I have this called long COVID protocol, understanding of the whole long COVID thing. And the quick, easy thing is you need to understand about long COVID is all about mostly about energy, your blood vessels, your nerves, your brain,
Yeah.
and then your gut health. These are the fundamentals. Once you know the fundamentals, because the spike protein travels through your bloodstreams and the lymphatics, but bloodstream is more common to see it travels around the body. So if you deal with that part of it, it can help a lot of healing process. We are
I'm just
going through
putting
the
this up to now. It's in the show notes, but this is your Patreon. Sorry, just putting it up now so people can
mm,
see. If you a lot more information he has on his Patreon account. Um,
mm,
there it is. There, if you want to click it,
mm,
Kindart.
yeah, kindred.
You're an amazing guy, Lee.
Thank you,
I
Michael.
think you're a one-off in our country. I really do. There's
Many will
have
come.
I have three great friends who go into chemists trying to convince pharmacists to stop giving the jab, and they say they don't care. One pharmacist said that the vaccine actually killed his wife, and he's still giving it. So
Yeah,
it's
it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing because people learn hopelessness. By the way, hopelessness is learned. It's learned.
wow,
Someone taught you that. That's what has been happening since
wow.
the first day. Is being taught over and over again until you say, "What can I do?" That's what I hear the most people. That what can I do? So that's why I come here is to tell you, you can do much much more. But I just need the light to
Hopelessness is
shine to the
learned.
darkness. The darkness, no matter how many years, once the light comes, no matter how many years, the darkness will be gone. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
so that's so good to know that I give an opportunity to share.
Yeah, man. I get that so well. Then that's the short. That's going to be the ad for next fortnight show. That's it. That's just beautiful, brother. That's really beautiful. And I believe that too. I really do. This is what 832 means. Bring in the light. You
Yeah,
know
that's
what I
what you
mean?
do. You bring
Yeah.
in the light for people to see, so that they no longer in darkness. So
Yeah.
that it's when you can see, you feel less. Literally, it's just natural. You just stress is reduced. You feel less when you see or understand better, even better than what you know previously. You know better. You actually also fear lesser.
Beautiful, man. I'm
Yeah.
just going to go here. Just going to see here. I was going to play this song, but I might play uh do 2 secs, 2 secs, 2 secs. Just keep talking amongst yourselves. See if I can find this bloody thing. Do 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 do. Oh, I'll just put it in here. Hold on. Unless I got rid of it. Oh, no items matched your search. Oh, maybe I've lost the song. There's yeah, that is beautiful. I totally believe that. There's it's yeah. Yeah, it's staggering, isn't it? It's staggering how they've because at the weekend in this speech, I was telling people they were not born with the ability to hate. They teach us to hate. You
Yeah.
know, they
To
teach us to
learn.
hate each other. Yeah, yeah, and now when you say hopelessness is learned, that's that's quite incredible.
Yeah,
I've never
I
thought of
think.
it, but it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. It's just now. Where's this? song. I was going to go out with this song. I'm sure it's here somewhere. Just bear with me. Otherwise, I'll go out with that one. But I'm sure that this song was here. Maybe not. Maybe I've lost it. Yeah, anyway. All right. Well, I'll get that song ready for next time. Oh, I'll go out with this one. There's just have a quick look. See. This to Paul. Nope. Okay. So we're going to go out with this song called Fly. And this is about learning, having the courage to fly to a new reality. And this is what you're doing. So I'm going to go out with this one. Take care, Lee. And to everyone, this is the People's Pharmacist. He'll be back in 2 weeks' time. And so if you have any questions or you share this to people who might have questions, and let's see if we can bring a little bit more light into this darkening world 2 weeks from now. Take care, brother.
Thank you.
God bless.
See ya. Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.
I lost my face in a storm cold fear. They bought my voice, then took my tears. When you look at me now, I'm a poster child, hiding all my pain under a smile. And you'll never see me, because that's not allowed. I was born of light, now I'm a shadow of a shadow. But I dream of flying to a sky called me, where I'm singing in the clouds like a freedom banshee. And they're trying to calm me down to the safety of their cage, yet all they have is money, and I've already paid. Soar high into myself. The moon plucked me from the dust on their shelf. Can you see me whirling through their bars? I'm warming my soul in a sea of stars. And all I have to do to reach the sky is dream that I kissed all my fears goodbye. And all I have to do to reach the sky is dream that I kissed all my fears goodbye. You should try it, you know, for this land is built under an endless sky. And the key to their cage is the courage to fly. And the key to their cage is the courage